Hi again, folks. Joe DeSanto here. So I made a short video just talking about the benefits of personal bookkeeping, in my opinion, and why, generally speaking, you need to do it. But I want to do a follow-up video just talking about the specific things that we get from bookkeeping that are valuable. Primarily in the beginning, your goal with bookkeeping is to, first and foremost, know that you're making more money than you're spending. Whether you have a budget or not, you need to know that you're making more money than you're spending. And it can be, when your income's lower, it can be tricky. You know, a lot of people do these just little games. Oh, save the change, put it in a savings account, or I put $100 from every check in a savings account, over here. But then over here, their credit card debt is racking up. And really, when you add it all up, at the end of the year, looking at your bookkeeping, you did in fact spend more money than you made, and essentially you had negative savings or lost money for the year. So that's primary goal, but it goes beyond that. Once you get into the personal financing and being prudent with your money, you want to make a budget. Well, you can't really make a budget just out of thin air. Like, that's kind of a meaningless exercise. You could be like, oh, I think I'll make this next year, and I think I'll spend this next year on that, and it'll work out. You might get close with your guesstimates, but really the only way to truly understand what your monthly spending habits are to keep track of it and add it up. And the only effective way to do that is to use some sort of bookkeeping software. Once you know what your spending habits are, you can make a legitimate budget that you could possibly stick to, So after you have your budget, now you're counting your money, and maybe every 6 months, certainly annually, you look at your report of spending, you compare it to your budget, and you say, oh, okay, I actually did it. I stuck to my plan. I did end up saving this amount of money this year. And then you also say, you know what? I think I could do better in the eating out category. I think I could do better in this category, that category. Or sometimes you say, I tried to spend less money on this, but it was hard. Maybe I got to find other ways to save, because I know this category is just something I really like. I really like my coffees, you know what I mean? And that's that. And I would say I'm not super frugal, I just try to spend money on things that really are valuable to me, whether they just give me plain joy or, they could actually perhaps even make more money for me sometime in the future. So I don't think you have to be super penny pincher. I'm not like a super fire person. I consider myself more like the fat fire, I guess, if you're into the fire movement. So that's yet another reason. Moving on down the line, though, the idea is over time, you get more sophisticated at analyzing your money and understanding what's working for you well in life and what's not. Particularly on the income front, you're going to say simple things to yourself like, hey, I'm doing okay, but I'm not saving enough to reach my plan of where I want to be 20 or 30 years from now. I need to get a better job. I need to make more money. Maybe I need a side hustle. Maybe I need to get into consulting. I need to do something. You want to use the information you get as a motivator to make better, smarter moves going forward, right? So just like I do for businesses that I'm the CFO of, I'm a fractional CFO, if any of you haven't picked up on that from my website. So I'm a part-time CFO for multiple businesses. What I do is I analyze the numbers. First, we add it up. And I have an employee that helps me with the bookkeeping, but then we do analysis. What's working? What's not? What are the better things to chase next year in terms of income? What are some clients that, we spend more time than it's worth and we should cut them loose? We should do something different. What are the areas that we're spending a lot on in terms of freelancers? Could we hire a full-time person to save money? You want to do analysis and advance the ball more strategically every year with your eye on the ultimate prize. So those are some intro. There's more to it, frankly. The kind of information you get out of managing your money and looking at the data is invaluable. As you get into real estate, as you get into more investing, as you get into all sorts of other things, as you work your way, to the promised land, as I like to say, of financial independence, you use the bookkeeping tools in order to analyze those things and make better decisions on those fronts going forward as well. So it's very important. Don't put it off. had a lot of employees over the years and young people, and they would kind of see me doing my finances and talking on the phone, buying real estate, doing things. And they'd say, hey, can you teach me stuff? And I'd say, all right, first step, get Quicken. Get started managing your finances and bring me a report. And they're like, well, honestly, all I have is a bank account, my student loans, and a car loan and a credit card. Honestly, I can tell you right now, it's not a great situation. I'm like, this is the perfect time to start. It's super easy. It will take you literally 20 minutes, every 2 weeks to add it up, look at it, get scared, see the pain ahead of you, and get motivated to make changes, get educated about money, make smarter decisions going forward, work harder, work smarter, the whole thing. So if you're not willing to do the bookkeeping work, I think you're going to, shortchange yourself, overall. And that's whether you start at 20, 30, 40, or 50. Even retirees call me now and they say, I'm finally getting around to doing bookkeeping because I'm on a fixed income and I really need to make sure I'm not overspending. It's kind of funny. So never too late, but as they say, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. So get started. All right. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.